All right, what's up guys? Bridging the gap today here is gonna be about accessory work. Accessory work is huge. It's a lot of times what people like to put off, but it's sometimes where you could see the most gains out of your training. So I'm gonna give you, I don't know if I call these my top 5 or if I'm just gonna give you 5 good accessory pieces, because I think that accessory a lot of time needs to lean towards what you have weaknesses in. And so these are some of my go-to accessory pieces, let's call it that. So number 1 is going to be a dumbbell row. It's for the back. It's a great exercise. You can get a great pump out of it, and really hits that upper back, where I feel like when it comes to my front squat, my upper back tends to start to round a little bit, and so getting that upper back built up and a little bit stronger is always gonna help. So dumbbell row is a great exercise to do that. When I tend to do it, I'm typically looking at 3 to 5 sets of probably 8 to 10 reps, just depending on how I feel that day. So dumbbell row, number 1, go-to. Number 2 is going to be a waiter press, which is with a kettlebell. It's basically you're gonna do a shoulder press with the kettlebell, holding it like a waiter would hold a tray. And so you're gonna do, again, the same thing. It's gonna hit a lot of those little stabilizer muscles, and also, you know, hit the shoulder, which for me, my shoulders are I feel like one of the weaker points on my body. So I like to hammer those, and finishing off after a good workout and hitting some waiter presses always tends to help. And I like the movement. I think it's a good movement. Again, same thing, 3 to 5 sets, 8 to 10 reps. You're not really trying to go like super heavy. Stay in that 8 to 10 rep range is what I tend to do. The next movement is going to be a strict dip. When you're doing strict dips, what I'll tend to do is weight it. Again, trying to build that tricep, shoulder, and chest. I think they're great for a lot of different movements. They're gonna help you with your handstand push-ups, with your push-ups, with your bench press. It's a great movement, and super easy to get in a lot of reps. I'll actually end up going up to more of like a 10 to 15 range rep, sometimes 20 if I'm staying lighter. But when I try to get a little heavier, I try to get up in that 10 rep range. Weighted strict dips or just strict dips, great movement. My next movement is gonna be a reverse hyper, building the hamstrings and glutes. It's a great piece of equipment. Also a great accessory tool. You can do single leg, you can do double leg. Again, I'm up in the 10 to 15 range with these, trying to stay a little bit lighter. A lot of people like to throw a ton of weight on that reverse hyper and then start swinging your feet, where you get a little bit less out of it. You try to stay controlled as possible with the reverse hyper. So only going as high as you can maintain that, the way down on the reverse hypers. So, but man, when I do reverse hypers, nothing makes me feel like I want to throw up more than that movement. And I don't know what it is, but really hits the hamstrings, glutes, and low back. And so always a great finisher for if you're doing that, posterior chain. Last one we're gonna go with today is a glute ham raise, which is done on a GHD machine. Again, same thing, hitting that posterior chain, hitting those hamstrings, glutes, and low back. It's something that I felt has always been a weak part for myself. It's definitely a weak part. It's gonna help deadlifting. It's gonna help cleaning off the floor, snatching off the floor. It really helps with hamstring strength and low back strength for sure. I used to get a lot of low back pain after deadlifting, and since I started doing glute ham raises, that I haven't really had that pain there. So again, same thing. I'm typically doing 3 sets of about 15 reps there. Sometimes I'll do it with a band to give myself a little bit more resistance. Sometimes I'll do it with a little bit of weight on my back. Play around with it. Obviously, you don't start off with just yourself and then move into that if you want to add resistance to it. So there we go. Those are 5 great accessory pieces. We will continue to do more of these and add more to this. These different exercises, but I hope this helped. Hope you liked it. Leave the comments, do the thing, and always don't forget to pay the man.